Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Could Use All Elements, and yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to my boy Shayroz179 for suggesting this idea. Now make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and please do send in your ideas because I have now finally begun to make your ideas into short movies, stories, and movies as well. So yeah, moving onwards, I want to ask you about what happened yesterday. The two-part story. Should I, make it normalizing on this channel or something like that or not? Do let me know in the comments. Anyways, enough said. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Mount Myoboku, where we see a young Jiraiya trading with a young Pa, or otherwise known as Fukasaka, the legendary toad. As the trading between them was going on, Ma, or otherwise known as Shima, arrived, as she then called both of them urgently because the great elder Toad Sage has just received some sort of prophecy that even he is now fully unconscious and is demanding their presence. As both looked at each other quite worried, as Jiraiya asked, Pa, is everything fine, right? Am I in not trouble or something? You're not in trouble, Jiraiya boy. Whatever it is, we will find out once we arrive there. Let's get going. We shouldn't keep the elder waiting. As now we see, both of them alongside with Shima arrived, where already Gamabunta and the others were present. As Gamamaru, the great toad elder sage, was seated, as his eyes were widened, and he had an expression of grim on his face. As Pa then asked, "You have requested our presence. Me and my student are both here, great toad elder sage." Fukasaka, step aside from that boy. As now Jiraiya was quite scared. What did he do wrong? He hasn't done anything. There were not any girls here. Not like he was looking at the female toads or something. Did they complain or something? As these were the thoughts that were racing through Jiraiya's mind, as the great toad elder sage then said, "Your name is Jiraiya, right?" Yes, Elder-sama." There has been a prophecy that has been sent to me in a vision about you and your student, Minato. Wait, what? But I don't even have someone like that. You will in the future. It is about his son. His son? Yes. The son of the Yellow Flash and Red Death. I don't understand. Minato, Yellow Flash? Who are you talking about, Great Toad Elder Sage? Shut up, boy, and listen carefully. Because the whole fate of this elemental nation and the summoning clans now rely on your hand, Jiraiya. Only you are going to be able to decide the destiny of us all. As Jiraiya gulped, as Fukasaka then asked, "What do you mean by that? Jiraiya over here is a new tadpole who is learning under my guidance. And he is quite young. Not like he has any student yet. As I said to the boy, he will have one student in the future, whose son will be the catalyst to bring an end to our world and to theirs, or preserve it and save it." As everyone gasped. So all we have to do is prevent that? No! You cannot stop what is already going to happen. It is already written down in fate, and no one can change it, said the great toad elder sage. As Jiraiya then said, "What is the prophecy?" "Child born from the two of them, the Red Death and the Yellow Flash, will be blessed by the elements and Mother Nature itself. He will judge us and you all, and see if you are redeemable or not. And if we are not redeemable, then you all will be destroyed alongside us. And if not, then you all will be preserved as you are right now, flourish under his guidance." As Jiraiya gulped. "Alright, I will take this prophecy to the heart. I will try my best. That is all I ask, Jiraiya. Do not disappoint." And with these words, the toad then slumped back to his seat and began his snoring again. As everyone then face faulted instantly, knowing that the great toad elder sage just shifted from a serious atmosphere to, well, his usual antics. As Fukasaka then said, "Well, Jiraiya boy, back to the training, I guess." As Jiraiya, momentarily forgetting about his duties and the heavy duty that has been placed on his shoulder, went back to his training. As years begin to pass by, after becoming a successful sage, he fought the Hanzo the Salamander. And not only that, he won the Second Great Shinobi War with his teammates Orochimaru and Tsunade. But something happened between them, and there was a huge rift as the team split up, as the legendary three Sanins were no more together. As Jiraiya then went out to become a spy agent controller, as he set out his own spy network throughout the elemental nation. And amidst all, he usually visited his sensei back, and that is when he found a boy, Minato Namikaze. Something about him rang a bell in his mind, like he heard his name before. And Jiraiya knew instantly that this was the boy that will bring forth the child who will either destroy our world or save it. So, he took him under his wing and trained it hard. And soon the Third Great Shinobi War began as the boy grew up. He was a prodigy of the one of the kind. And he was the reason that the Third Great Shinobi War was won by Konoha and its allies. Amidst the celebration, we see that he proposed to the Red Death of the village, who came out to be none other than the last sole survivor of Uzushio Gakure, Kushina Uzumaki, and the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. As soon after they married, news about them having children was heard, as Jiraiya was happy. As the day grew near, the news was revealed that they were going to have triplets. As now, after hearing about this, Jiraiya was stunned and shocked, because now he knew it was the most important time in his life. One wrong mistake and everything could have been over for both of the worlds of the summoning clan and their own. So he took it upon himself. The day the children were going to be born, Kushina Minato, alongside him, rallied towards a safe destination outside of the village, in case if the QB tried to break free, because the female Jinchuriki is at the weakest at that time, and so is the seal and the Biju can break free during labor, then they will be there to handle it. As everything went smoothly, as the children were born, as Jiraiya held on to a baby girl and a boy, both having red hair, and Kushina's feature with 2 whisker marks on each cheek, as they had violet eyes. As the third one was Naruto, whom Minato was holding himself, as he had blonde hair, blue eyes, Kushina's facial structure, and 3 whisker marks. Now, something in Jiraiya told him that it was Naruto who was to be the child of prophecy. So, listening to his heart, after everything was done and they returned home, we see that Minato and Jiraiya standing on the other side. Listen, kid, I'm happy that you have a family now, but there is something that I need to talk to you about. I don't know, Sensei. It is about the prophecy, right? Yes, it is. I think it is either Menma or Minato. What? What do you mean, Minato? Why not Naruto? Well, Kushina checked, and so did the medical staff. They told us that Naruto has, low chakra coils and small ones than Menma and Mito, and they have a fully getting developed coils within them, and more chakra pool than ever, even us combined. Really? Yes. Do not underestimate Naruto as well, Minato. I'm not, Sensei. If anything, I'm worried about him. What if my enemies find out that he's the weakest of my children and they target him? Minato, what are you going to do now? Obviously, we're gonna focus on Menma and Mito. You're going to focus on them? Yes, once they come of age. And so does Naruto. Naruto has to be held back because of his conditions. We cannot force him to undergo the same extreme training that both of the others will be going into. Minato, let me take care of Naruto then, at the time. What? What do you mean by that, Sensei? We made it final that Kushina will train Mito and I will train Menma, and Naruto will have to wait while we train the other two. Then in that case, let me train Naruto. As Minato then was taken aback by that and said, alright, if you say so much, I'll allow it. I just have to ask Kushina first. It's alright, you can go ahead and ask. I will convince her as well. And so, after going back and forth for a few days, they had a deal. And Naruto, after coming of an age, he will be handed over to Jiraiya for his training. So, now we see that time in a blink of eyes passed by as weeks turned into months and months into years, as 4 years went by like that. As today was the children's fourth birthday, and they will become 4 years each. As the triplets were having the time of their life, being the center of attention, as the elders as well as the important figures of the village alongside their family were celebrating this. As after that, we see Manma was approached by Minato, as was Mito by Kushina. We will be training each of you and raising you as prodigies. As Naruto looked down, what about me, Tojan? Kachan? As both of them smirked and had a smile on their face. As Jiraiya then stepped in. What? You forgot about me, Gaki? Obviously I'm gonna be training you. Erasanin, as Jiraiya face faulted. Oh, come on, kid. One time you heard me reading that book and heard your Kachan calling me that name, and you're gonna be now fixated on it? Well, you gotta admit, it is a cool name, Erasanin. As Jiraiya then said, what am I gonna do with this boy? Fine, get packing, Naruto. We're leaving first thing in the morning. As after that, we see Kushina and Minato's face fell for a bit. Wait, what? Sensei, can we talk for a bit? As the two of them led Jiraiya to somewhere else. As the kids talk amongst themselves. Really? You're going with that pervert? Said Mito. What do you mean, Nisan? Erasanin is kind of nice, and he's a pervert, Naruto. A pervert. What if he turns you into his mini-me? Now that will be quite interesting, said Manma. My little brother being a pervert. Nah, I'm not gonna tolerate that. If you become one, I'm gonna set you straight. As Mito then said, you're not the only one, Nisan. You better not become a pervert, Naruto. Or otherwise, your Nisan and Nisan will set you straight. As Naruto gulped, yes, I promise. Good. As after that, both of them grabbed a piece of cake and literally fed it to Naruto. Here, little brother, enjoy the cake. It's not gonna completely eat by itself. As the three of the kids then begin to have the time of their life, as now we see on the other side the adults were talking. What do you mean you're gonna leave, Sensei? This was not discussed. Well, I'm telling you now. I'm gonna train the Gaki at the, Mount Myoboku. There? Why? Why not here? Well, that is a place where the chakra is the most potent. And I think Naruto there will learn a lot. Not only from me, but from the toads as well. So you're going to make him try to make him into a toad sage, like you did to me. That is a dangerous technique, Sensei. Not if you have trained from early age, like Naruto will. I have complete trust in him, that he will be able to achieve what you and I have failed, Minato. Just be careful, Sensei. Yeah, Jiraiya. And don't turn my son into a pervert like yourself. Obviously, Kushina. I'm not gonna get myself killed by your and your daughter's hand. As after that we see the three of them chuckled. And the next morning we see Naruto with packed stuff saying farewell to his family for a long time, as he was going to go on a journey with Jiraiya. As a toad appeared, as it opened its mouth, as Naruto then asked, wait, like this? Yeah, it's the fastest way to travel, kid. As Naruto was then literally eaten up by the toad, and so was Jiraiya, as their face popped up from its lips. Well, see you later, Minato, Kushina, the kids, as both of them disappeared in a puff of smoke alongside the toad. As Benman Mito then said, that was terrifying to watch. Is that how you and, Erasanin went? Yeah, first time I did so as well, kids, said Minato. As after that we see Naruto arrived at the toad's place, Mount Myoboku, their home. As there, he met with the others, and was going to begin his journey soon. As back at home, something else was brewing entirely. As Kushina was feeling sick for a bit, her seal was acting up, as if it was QB who was trying to break free. As one night, as Kushina was resting in her hospital room, we see that a masked person was standing in her room there alongside her. Who are you? As Kushina with a single hand seal alerted Minato and her family. As they were coming as fast as they could, we see that the masked person that said, you have something I need, Kushina Uzumaki. What do you mean by that? The Biju. Hand over the 9 tails, or otherwise you will suffer. Like that way I won't, huh? Ah, so you do know. Know what? The extraction. I would let you. But before anything could happen, we see that Minato bursted through the door, but it was already too late, as the masked person has taken a weakened Kushina and has disappeared. As Minato looked everywhere frantically, Anbu! Search for Kushina and that masked person! As Anbus who were hiding in the shadows then vanished instantly, searching throughout the whole village and the outer skirts instantly, alongside the Jonins and Chunins, as Minato himself was doing and leading the search. As suddenly a huge spike of chakra rose from out of nowhere, as the Kyuubi no Yoko on one side of the outer skirts began to materialize. As knowing the source, Minato dashed towards it, as Hiruzen Sarutobi, the previous retired Hokage, then said, Minato, where are you going? Kushina! Hiruzen-sama, please take charge for a while. I promise I will be back. I need to make sure that Kushina is safe. Alright. Everyone, let's go. We gotta hold the front lines until Minato returns with a plan. As now we see, Minato arrived to see that there was a Kushina, tied but quite weakened, as she was a lot paler than before. Kushina, you're okay? I'm fine. Holding barely. Here, take some chakra pills. And healing pills as well. As Kushina gobbled down those pills, as she felt a lot better, but her skin complexion was not going down, as it was still pale, as she was feeling weakened. He extracted the Biju forcefully, ripping it out from the seal. The Kyuubi is under his control. His Genjutsu, as Minato then saw and was shook to see a Sharingan, a different pattern of it, as the Kyuubi was like a rampaging monster. He's weird. We gotta do something. There's only one way, Kushina said. We have to ask them. Oh, you can't be serious, Kushina. They are old. I know, but they are the only ones who will be able to hold it in. I was at their age when I became a Jinchuriki, much older than them. They will be able to withstand it. I know they will be. They? Yes. You mean we're gonna... Yes, Minato, we are going to split it. We don't have much time. We have to do what we have to do, and we gotta do it fast. As after taking more pills of chakra and regeneration, Kushina was back on her feet. Let us go then. As Minato also summoned Gamabunta to even the odds out for a bit, but that wasn't seemingly working. As after making sure that both Menma and Mito have agreed, as they did so, the seals were drawn. As Minato and Kushina began to use the 8 pentagram seals each, as the Kyuubi's soul was split in two, yin and yang, and so was its chakra. And the Kyuubi, now split in two, was sealed inside the two twins, as both of them were panting heavily. It hurts. It's burning, said Mito. Everything will be fine. You have to just hold it in for a bit. Let the seal do its work. Tochan and Kachan are proud of you for what you did, and the whole village is as well. As after some time and a lot of pain, we see both of them stabilized, as they were just panting. As my mother said, that was not that bad. That went away like nothing happened. As Mito said so as well, as everyone cheered, knowing fully well that Kyuubi no Yoko was defeated. As Hiruzen then asked, what happened? How did this happen, Minato? I heard some commotion about a masked person stealing or kidnapping Kushina at first. I was on my way to ask you about this when the Kyuubi no Yoko was released. That masked person, he wanted the Kyuubi, but I don't know why or who it was, but it was an Uchiha. We saw the Mangekyo too, said Fugaku Uchiha, who arrived there alongside other Uchihas, but I am willing to make a stand that was not one of my clansmen. But Fugaku, the Sharingan, I know, Minato, but you got to believe me. That was not us. Of course I trust you, Fugaku. I always have and always will. But we need to get to the bottom of this. Either someone has gotten their hands on Uchiha's dojutsu, or one of the dead people have come back to take revenge. That can be possible, Minato. What do you mean? Which one is? The second one. He claimed to be Madara. He had an aura around him that seemed like his, and even Kyuubi hissed before leaving his name. This is not good, Minato. Not good at all. But on the other side, the QB was stopped, and the attack was left without little to no damage, and without any casualties. Just minor few ones are hurt, and they will be back to health in no time. As Hiruzen said, "Everyone, we, under the 4th Hokage, have become victorious! He has saved us again, like the 3rd Great Shinobi War," as everyone began to cheer. And soon throughout the whole village, everyone was cheering on, as now it was evident that Menma and Mito had the Nine Tails within them. They were set to achieve grateful things under the guidance of their parents. And on the other side, Naruto as well, who has been going through training for a lot of months now, was stunned when he found out about this. Can I not contact them? As Kamamoto himself arrived. "I have heard what happened, young one." As everyone was shocked, even Jiraiya. "But you have to train here, Naruto. You have a bigger responsibility ahead of you that you need to fulfill, son. And that is why I need you here. We need you here to train. We are also a part of your family. After you're finished with this training, you'll be allowed to take a leave to spend 1 week with your family. Is that alright with you, boy?" "Yes, Gamamoto-sama," said Naruto, as Jiraiya also nodded. And everyone understood that Gamamoto-sama, if awoken in his complete state without his funny manner, said something, it was in full seriousness tone and shall be obeyed instantly. And henceforth, after the training was completed, Naruto was allowed to visit his family for a week, as the minor damages were already repaired and the shinobi has returned back to their duties after healing for a bit. As Naruto met with his Nesan and Nisan, as he hugged his parents as well. "I missed you guys. I thought something bad would have happened to you. I'm grateful, Kachan, that you're safe." As everyone had a heartful moment, as Jiraiya also was happy. As after that we see the 3 of them talked about how the training was going on, and now with the Kyuubi's chakra, both Menma and Mito had an edge over Naruto. Naruto then said he wasn't going to lack off and was going to learn the Sage Mode, and once he does, the edge they have over him will be no more and they will be equal. And a funny and little bit of competitive rivalry between the 3 started from then on, that who was going to be the most strongest of the triplets. And so the week passed like this, just laughing, having fun and relaxing. And soon after that, Naruto returned back. As week turns into months and months turn into years, the training continued on. They learned, all 3 of them, 2 from their parents and Naruto from the Toads and Jiraiya, learned all different aspects of Kenjutsu, Fuinjutsu, as well as Ninjutsu and Taijutsu. Every aspect of the shinobi and Konoichi career was told to them. As on the other side, Naruto had an edge, since he was able to easily master the Sage Mode because of his calm and peaceful aura and his complete focus that he was able to achieve from the early age. Naruto was able to master it, complete Senjutsu Mode, and was able to even maintain it for more than 15 minutes, as Jiraiya was surprised, and so were the most of the Toads, as that is when something interesting happened. As Naruto one day, in the Sage Mode, was training near a waterfall, he urgently said, "Pa, I'm bored with this. I want to do something else." "No, Naruto boy, you gotta learn this." As Jiraiya then said, "Well, Gaki, you have to learn this before anything else. You told me that they're already ahead of me." "Who?" "Menma and Mito, Nesan and Nisan. I want to catch up to them. I want to do it now," said Naruto as he stomped his feet down on the ground, and something interesting happened. Huge cracks formed as earth rose from the ground in the form of spikes. As Jiraiya rose an eyebrow, and so did Fukusaka, as they looked at each other. "Naruto boy, how did you do that?" I don't know. Did I do that? It could have been, maybe the ground was not that great. I mean, it could have happened. I mean, I was in Senjutsu mode. Even with Senjutsu mode, this ground is so strong that it is built to withhold those who are able to master Senjutsu by the sage of the sixth path himself. As Naruto's eyes widened, "What you did is quite abnormal, and this should not be possible at all, Naruto. How did you do this?" I don't know. As Naruto then said, "Geez, guys, you're making a lot out of this." As Naruto literally just rubbed his finger on his forehead to throw away the sweat, but instantly a huge wave of water was also sent that froze in midair and in the form of ice spikes was thrust into a tree. As now, Naruto was even surprised. What the hell is going on? As his focus was broken as he was now outside of Senjutsu mode, back to his normal self. As Jiraiya and Fukusaka then arrived near Naruto. Everything is fine, Naruto. We're gonna find out about this, okay? We gotta head back to the village. I need to make sure that something is not wrong with you. We need to conduct some tests. Tests? Is there something? Nothing is wrong with you, Kaki. But we need to make sure, okay? Okay. As after alerting Gamamaru-sama, they were allowed to leave. As after their arrival, both Minato and Kushina were shocked at what happened. As the elders were talking, Naruto told what has happened to Menma and Mito. He mastered the Senjutsu? Yes, but that is not the point, Minato. The point is, he was training at the plains where the sage built it himself, that no one, even with the Senjutsu mode on, was able to destroy it, and Naruto literally trampled the ground with a single foot stomp, turning it into something that of a attack from Earth itself. And then, as he was throwing his sweat away, huge wave of water from behind the waterfall was thrown as well, and turned into ice itself, which split it into splinters, and then they were thrust into trees, like a brutal attack. That is something else then. Maybe Naruto has a Kekigenkai of some sort, or something like that. That is what I thought as well, and that is why we are here, to test it out. I have already filled out the form and the test has been conducted. We are only await reports. Well, let's wait and see then. 2 days passed and the report came in. And everything was normal within it. There was no Kekigenkai signs. That is interesting. As this was going on, Naruto did something else. His Ni-san and Ne-san were bugging him to show the Senjutsu mode, so Naruto entered it. As after entering the Toad Senjutsu mode, new markings began to appear on his face as he focused for a little bit more. As these markings were similar to Hashirama, but they were complete red. As once Naruto opened his eyes, instead of toad-like, they were green. As Naruto then got up, and with a single thrust of his hands combined together, he pulled them upwards as a huge tree from behind him grew out of nowhere, as on its branches were a lot of fruits, which was not achievable at all. On a single tree, multiple fruits, that has been never heard or seen before. As everyone was shocked to see this. As after that, Naruto was suddenly brought out of his trance-like state. As when he was brought out of his state and was back to normal, he was also shocked by himself. Did I do this? Naruto, you don't remember? Said Menma. No, Ni-san. What happened? Last time I checked, I was just meditating to enter the sage mode. Wasn't it that markings things that appeared on your face? As suddenly something happened as Mito fell backwards, her head hurting. As the parents who were already outside now rushed towards her, and so did Naruto. And suddenly Kyuubi spoke, its eyes red. So you are here finally. The judge. Huh? The one that father spoke about. The one who will destroy the world or either save it. The bridge between us and the humans. Our preserver. Protector. Protect me from your siblings. They alongside your mothers have harmed me and hurted me a lot. What are you talking about? You don't know right now, but you will soon find out, kid. With these words said, Mito's voice returned back to her normal one as she got up and had tears in her eyes. It happened again. Kachan, it happened again. It wasn't a dream. It's alright, Mito. Everything is fine. As now, Minato was assured that the one that Kyuubi talked about and his sensei talked about was Naruto. Because what he has just done, it was impossible. Not even with chakra, it was not achievable. Naruto had grown a tree like Moketon. And what his sensei told him, this shouldn't be a proof by now. Now the tree was so huge that it was also noticed by the others, and Anbu arrived. Hokage-sama, the council has gathered. They would request a meeting from you, and would like to talk to you. Okay. As now we see, a meeting that was held, Minato arrived there. As everyone was seated, as Jiraiya was with him. Minato, the tree with a lot of fruits that are out of season and different fruits on a single tree. How did this happen? It grew out of nowhere. We all saw that happening, said Koharu, as Homura then said. And it has an air of chakra. So much potent chakra to it, like Sensei did. Didn't it, Danzo? That is correct. And we would like to know, how did this happen in your backyard? It was my son, Naruto, the one under Jiraiya-sama, who left all those years ago to train under him and the Toads. Jiraiya-sama was here today to tell me about something that happened, and please do share. As Minato shared what Jiraiya shared with him, that happened while he was training on the sacred grounds, and that left them stunned and shocked. And soon after, what happened when Naruto grew the tree, and after that, what the Kyuubi said. So that is pretty much that happened. But I assure you that Naruto's powers are not out of control. He is still not sure, and neither are we, because we conducted tests, and the result came showing that he doesn't have any sort of Gekigenkai, or any sort of powers or whatever. He is completely normal, like any of us. This should not have been possible. But Sensei, he has told me a prophecy of old time. Naruto is here to either destroy us or save us, and we are not sure what he will choose or pick. Only time will tell. Okage-sama, you can't be serious. What do you mean what he will pick? We're not gonna force Naruto on anything. Only time will tell. You can't be serious, Minato. You have an opportunity in your hand. Why are you not grabbing it? Said Danzo. You can use your son as a weapon to assert dominance of Konoha over the others. We can bring them all under our banner. As slaves? No. That is not peace. If anything, that is torture to them. Because they will remember the day they were free. And there will be, let me tell you this, there will be backstabbing. A lot of it within it. Something that I'm not completely unfamiliar with. As Hiruzen then said, I agree with Minato. This matter should be left as it is, on the will of God and Naruto. Whatever they pick, it is up to them to decide. And so far everything is going great. Naruto is being raised well by the Toads, and under Jiraiya's guidance. And he loves his family, he has seen us all as well. So, what are you worried about, Danzo? I'm not worried about anything. What I'm worried about is that, how come you cannot see that the kid has such potential? He can bend elements to his will without the usage of chakra, Hiruzen. That is not something that easily comes and goes in our field of work. Or are you that dumb? I am not dumb, and neither am I an idiot, Danzo. What I am trying to tell you is that you not mess with prophecies, because they come back to bite you in the ass so hard that nothing that you love will be remained here. Everything will be destroyed. So be very careful. Because last time someone changed the prophecy like Sensei did, it didn't go well for Konoha. Remember? As they all gulped, fully remembering well when Tobirama altered the prophecy, because it has been prophesied by a normal prophesier in their village that an Uchiha was going to be a Kage, but Tobirama, being an Uchiha hater, didn't allow that to happen, and they paid the heavy price of almost losing in battle, because their allies were backstabbed, and Uzushio Gakure ultimately paid the price in the form of their extension. As now we see, Danzo then said, okay, fine, we won't interfere, but please make sure, Minato, that Naruto at least chooses a good side of the prophecy. Alright, he's with Sensei. I believe in my boy. He will see the good in us. I promise you this much. As after that we see, the meeting came to an end, but the elders remained. What are you thinking about, Danzo? They are idiots. They can't see what I see. And I see a lot of potential. Potential of what? Tipping over the scale that has been set balance. Homura, we can finally break that scale and be on top forever. Naruto being our key to that. We use him and assert our dominance over the others, and they all come under Konoha's banner, our banner, and we will rule over the world. Simple as that. All we gotta do is just make prophecy turn in our hands and in our favors. That could be dangerous, Danzo. A dangerous game indeed. But if paid out fully, it will be quite fortunate for us. Don't you see that? Yes, we do. So what do you have in mind? Simple task. Help me overthrow Minato. And we gotta get rid of them from this village. Forever. How so? Once they leave, there will be an accident in which they will die. And you will be the next Kage. I will help out the kids in my own way, gaining their favor, and just like that, emotionally helping out Naruto and winning his favor, and make the other villages look bad that it was the other villages who did this. And this way, all power will come to Konoha through Naruto and his sheer rage, and we will bear the fruit. But what happens if you find out? They say once the tool's usefulness runs out, you dispose of it. We will dispose of him. Silently and discreetly. We need our Jinchurikis. When will they come in handy? But unfortunately for them, they were not aware that Naruto was one with nature still. His marking might not have been visible, but he was still in nature as his eyes opened again. They were green. As Naruto suddenly shot up from the ground, as Earth itself began to revolve around him, each element, as Naruto with sheer rage disappeared, as suddenly Danzo was punched so hard in the face that he was launched like a bullet, straight out of the council chambers all the way to the main gates, slammed into it, as his blood was seeping out from each and every pore with the sheer force he was thrown there, as Naruto appeared, grabbing his skull and literally ripping him out from the said wall and throwing him down. As Naruto landed in front of him, "You're gonna use me after killing my parents. You think I will not understand your games, Danzo? I'm still in my senjutsu mode, one with nature. You want to use this power as a huge ice crystal formed, then use it. Use it to cause your own death." As suddenly it pierced straight through Danzo's chest and then exploded, bursting into little ice splinters, piercing through his internals, causing him even more pain, and then his heart punctured and stopped. And suddenly Yanbu surrounded Naruto, as did his family. "Naruto, what is going on? Gaki, what the hell are you doing? Why are you attacking Danzo? I mean, I don't like his face, but I don't go around killing him." This bastard alongside those two, the other two elders, they were planning your death. They wanted you gone now, after they found out. They want to break the scale of balance. And I won't let that happen. As long as I am here, the scales stay the same. Because to maintain the light, a little bit of darkness should remain. And to overcome the darkness, light should always remain here as well. Nobody's over the scale, and nobody should be allowed to do so as they please as well. As with these words, Naruto passed out, but as their family rushed towards them, knowing fully well what happened, Minato arrested the other two elders and disposed of Danzo's body, and his plans were revealed through the other two after interrogation. As a council meeting was soon to be held, while on the other side the Akatsuki saw this. "This is not good. Not good at all, Obito." You're right, Zetsu. We gotta move forward. We still have a lot of people to join in. Nagato, for example. He is still thinking. He will agree, sooner or later. But the others? What makes you think they will? Oh, they will. I am aware of that, they will. Just in due time, with a little bit of pushes, left and right, they will come to us. They will agree to our will. And we will do what we need to do, and set out to do. Bring peace to this elemental nation. The peace will only be brought by us, not by this presumed child of prophecy. You're right. I forgot. You're right. Let's go, Zetsu. Do not bother him any longer. But Naruto also heard this. But he was weakened now. overexhausted because of the usage of this potent chakra and sage mode. As after that, Naruto's body was stabilized after a whole long week's worth. As Naruto, after getting up, then asked, "Oh, I had a weird dream, you know. I killed a man. What was his name? Dango? Dando? What was his name? Danzo? Yes, Danzo. And that was not a dream, Naruto. You really did kill him." "What? You're pulling my leg, right, Erosanin?" "No, Naruto. We found out that he was planning your parents' death. And us as well. So you took the charge. You killed him. But you're not aware of yourself." "Yeah, it was like a dream-like state to me." As Naruto's hands were shaking, I didn't mean to. As Naruto was suddenly hugged by Kushina and by Minato. "Everything is fine, son. We're here for you." And after calming Naruto down, they told him about the first kill and how they also felt like this. It will not get easy, but he will be able to bear it in time. As after that, spending a whole month there instead of a week, Naruto went back, and the training continued onwards until Naruto reached at the age of 13 and returned back to Konoha. After his return, his family was reunited. Everyone was strong in their own right, but Naruto now had complete control over his elements that he has learned, and people still remembered vividly what Naruto was capable of doing, and the news about him being the judge has spread out. Now people were wary of him. As the news has spread out so much that it has reached the ears of the other Kages as well, and they too were afraid. Powers of elements at the bending at the will of a boy who was set out to be their judge, jury, and executioner, possibly. They were scared, and a Kage summit as soon as they returned, after they were informed, within a month was called. As Naruto with his new team as a genin, which were his siblings, their Join being their mother, arrived there alongside Hokage and the entourage. "Minato, we heard interesting news." As they all looked towards Naruto. "So that boy is, huh?" said B. As Naruto then said, "I'm sorry?" "He's a Jinchuriki, Naruto," said Menma. "And like us, as we have made peace with Kurama, he has as well with Gyuki." Huh, funny name. "Why, you fool. The Gyuki is not a funny name, you fool, and he's not happy." "Oh, apologies," said Menma, as Naruto then said, "I don't know my role, or why I have been called here, but let me tell you this. Please stop the wars and set aside your hatred. I know it is not easy. I'm not going to force you to as well. Just let the wounds heal with time. There is no need to take revenge any longer. The revenge age has passed. At least not let the next generation and our generation be affected by it, so that we can at least have peace in the future." As all of the Hokages pondered, as Naruto then said, "Kiri has just come out of war, Mei-sama. Is it not? You have seen a lot of bloodshed, sacrifice, more than any of us here could imagine. Worse than war, fighting your own burden." "That is correct, young one. We have." "Then you must understand that how fighting, we kids fighting for a feud that has been going on for ages, how much that will work in our favor. We have to put an end to this somehow. Why not walk it out with peace? I know it is bittersweet, but it is the most prominent solution, and this way you can also establish trade with one another." As Naruto continued to talk, the other Kage's heart began to melt, knowing fully well that they were given an opportunity here, as well as this could finally put an end to their old feud that they have been carrying out for their senseis, and them for previous generation. This will finally put it to an end. As everyone agreed, but as soon as they did, as they were happy, a masked person appeared. "I am the only one who has a problem with this, and I am here to tell you that we declare war on all of the elemental nations. I am Madara Uchiha." "Impossible! How are you even alive?" "That is not a problem of yours and concern either. But what it is," as Naruto suddenly lunged at him, "you're not Madara. Stop lying." As Naruto's eyes then turned into green again, as suddenly Naruto used earth to capture him, as well as would release in itself, kind of, to extract chakra from his body, as the masked person began to grow weaker. As Naruto ripped out his mask, as Minato gasped, Obito? It's been a long time, Sensei. Long time it has been, indeed. As Obito looked at him with a scowl. What happened to you? But you were dead? Like Rin is? As that is when he realized, you're doing this for Rin? No! I'm doing this to bring an end to this world. You all made us fight. You made us all go to war, kill each other like wild animals, while you enjoyed your life on the other sides. In protection, while we suffered. And this is where it ends. Everyone, attack them, and spread out the rumors that the Hokage betrayed the others, and there will be a war. Kill them all, as the other Akatsuki attacked. This was not a part of the plan, Obito, said Zetsu. To hell with the plan. There's always time to add on to it, right? As the all-out battle began, Naruto, using his abilities, was able to immobilize all of them instantly. And then he looked towards Zetsu. You're the main reason of this, will of Kaguya. I'm not going to allow you to take something that belongs to nature. You have stolen, and she has stolen, from nature itself one time. That's not going to happen again. And so, all of the Akatsuki was defeated, and the news about their defeat was spread out, as Naruto didn't let them live. Chakra exhaustion was the cause of their death. And as for the other nations, their peace treaty was signed, and everyone was declared that they were never going to fight again for more than 200 years. And soon the trades began that different villages began to happen as well. And as the months passed, as Naruto and the others progressed in their tuning exams and all that, now, without any problem, we see that the other villages began to develop as well, and everyone was now equally happy and in prosperity and peace. Former foes were now best friends, and they were all happy. As Jiraiya was happy and proud of Naruto. You know what, kid? I'm proud of you. The day you were born, I was happy that I picked you, knowing fully well that I had a good hunch. So in that case, now you made me realize that I really should publish my last 3 titles of Uchiha Tactics. Maybe, who knows? I'll make a fortune. Jeez, Ersanin. All my achievements, and you have to just put it against to that books of yours. Come on, Gaki, those are not just books. That is a premier legitimate literature that men of fine culture enjoy. Like Kakashi, for example. Don't talk about him. He's a closet pervert. Oi, I heard that. As Naruto then said, don't care. As Jiraiya then said, you know what, Gaki? I'm gonna go with it. And maybe I'm gonna propose finally to the girl of my dreams. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a shot. As Naruto, he was happy. But it was just the beginning for his adventures. He might have only achieved peace, but his family, with them, he had many adventures to go on as Team 7. As this is where I'm going to be ending the story, guys. I hope you enjoyed this short movie, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And no, I'm not going to be adding on to this story because that wouldn't make any sense unless you help me out, I guess. Anyways, this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!